Hello, and welcome to the pinning ceremony of spring 2020. I certainly never dreamed of the pinning ceremony to be delivered quite this way, but here we are, making the best out of some very bad circumstances. Interestingly enough, the World Health Organization has designated this the year 2020, the year of the nurse and the midwife. All this in honor of the 200th birthday anniversary of Florence Nightingale. Well, what a year it has been, especially for the nurse. COVID-19 has definitely taken over much of our lives in these past months, and I think we can all agree this has forever changed the way we live life. Nothing will be the same again. One thing that is for sure right now is these students have endured and conquered. While I typically try to be more positive than negative, I cannot ignore the trials these students have endured, such as loss of work, quarantine with no place to study quietly, exposure to COVID-19, and some experiencing more death than life. I am here to tell you these trials are not in vain. You have learned the art of change. Change will forever be a part of our daily life as a nurse. In healthcare, the health of your patient can change on a dime. You will need to be prepared to quickly react and learn how to save a life. Your next challenge will be to save that life and many lives. You know, earning a degree in nursing, even in normal circumstances, is not only challenging, it is life-changing. As you know, these students have sacrificed time with family, friends, holidays, birthdays, even their own birthdays, and not to mention sleep. However, they have gained far more. They have gained compassion, perseverance, dignity, and honor. I know you all are very proud of your graduates. These students could not have done this without the support and love from each of you out there. I am also proud of our faculty that are committed and dedicated to the students' success. Each of our faculty have shown their endless support and guidance throughout their journey here at Triton. There certainly have been many changes in the last year, especially now. And I want to personally thank many of our faculty for rising to the occasion and making this ceremony possible. You all are truly amazing. Next, we would like to acknowledge all that have made this ceremony possible.
The pinning ceremony signifies the completion of primary nursing education. Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, started the tradition over 150 years ago when she presented to her nursing students the medal, which was known as the Badge of Courage. Throughout the years, that medal has evolved into a pin for which every nurse will wear according to the school of her choice. The significance of our candles today also will go back to Florence Nightingale, at which time she was seen walking in the middle of the night with a candle that lit her way to her patients. Hence, the name Lady with the Lamp was given to her, and today the lamp symbols nursing. I will now present to you Delaney Nichols and Patrick Luna.
I really thought after the roller coaster of the last 2 years that nothing would truly be able to take me by surprise again. COVID-19, here's looking at you. And as much as I am not always into the big ceremony stuff, I was really looking forward to having my kids watch me walk across that stage, as I know many of you were as well. But here we are, and I guess it's sort of fitting in that once again, we are being asked to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that we are absolutely nothing if not incredibly resilient. For many of us, this graduation is hard won. Many of us tried more than once to get here. Many of us lost time with loved ones. We ignored crying children and exhausted partners. We ignored our own need for rest and nourishment to get here. Some of us sacrificed jobs or promotions or relationships to get here, because when you're called, and we were. I decided to become a nurse because I was given the gift of spectacular care when I was pregnant with my second daughter. It was not an easy time, but the abundance and the healing and the space provided for me by that healthcare professional is one of the things I credit for my survival. That is the power of nursing. We don't know always what our patients are going through when we're not in the room. You can't read someone's inner dialogue in a chart. It's not reflected in a pulse or in lung sounds. But when you care for someone, you don't need to know, and they don't need to tell you. That is not the nature of the relationship. We give of ourselves because there is a commonality in need. Everyone needs the same way. Fundamentally, we all need to be respected and supported to retain our humanity. Yes, there's individuality. We can honor every moment for every person, but the guiding principle is universal. We are here to protect dignity, especially in moments when it is most threatened. Times of ill health, times of carrying life, times of leaving it. These are the most vulnerable human moments, and we are asked to bear witness to the sorrows and the losses, yes, but also to incredible joys. That is a responsibility each and every one of us, no matter what we've surrendered or traded or staved off to get here, takes deeply seriously. I know each of us has a unique path to travel now. Some of us want to work in the ICU, some of us want to care for our elders, some of us want to nurture children and families, and some of us don't know yet, and that's okay too, especially right now. Certainty only gets you so far. Sometimes it is openness that's called for. Willingness to bend and change and reroute to get where you're going to end up. And that's what I'm calling for all of us, to stay open, stay curious, stay loving, stay wickedly smart and wildly kind. You did this. You can do anything.
Hello, wise students. First and foremost, I have to say how much of an honor it is to have been chosen along with Delaney as one of the speakers of our pinning ceremony. Obviously, this isn't exactly how I envisioned speaking to all of you, but this is life. We play the hand that we're dealt to the best of our ability. Delaney, funny story, but throughout these last 2 years, for some reason, I have always found myself presenting or speaking after you. Whether it was during the endocrine project in Med-Surg, our group self-teaching in Pharm, or the I Bubble Her lecture in OB, I somehow was always lined up right after you. And let me tell you, as technical and smart as you are, you really set a high bar, and I really appreciated that. You know, also throughout these last 2 years, in almost every single class, we're lectured on the many roles of the nurse. From teacher to collaborator to information technology, amongst others. But the biggest and arguably the most important role of the nurse is to be an advocate. And Delaney, there have been many times you have been our advocate. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. It was greatly appreciated, even if it wasn't said as much and as often as it should have been. Thank you. So So nursing school has been a ride, to say the least. But looking around during third and fourth semester clinicals and theory lectures, I've seen just how far we've come. I remember the first day of physical assessment lab. We had just finished our first lecture and we paired off to do our initial assessment on each other. So here's me and Roberto in the back of the lab, like, knock knock, squish squish. Okay, now what? You want to look at the book? Yeah, let's look at the book. You know, we have come a long way from that day one moment when we were once wide-eyed, terrified first semester nursing students. Look at us now, we're nursing school graduates. We're still terrified, at least I know I am. I believe we have all grown a lot as individuals these last 2 years. I think with all the trials and hardships we've had to go through as a group, there was no choice but to grow, to react, to adapt. If we really wanted a career where things go smoothly day in and day out over and over again, based on the stories we've all heard, we really shouldn't have gotten into nursing, right? But it was our ability to roll with those punches, pick ourselves up and pull together to help each other get through it. Think about it, I don't think many of us here really knew one another when we first started the program. Then naturally, study groups form and we become closer to some than to others. But when certain things happen to our cohort, when we've had to face the many challenges that we faced, and there were challenges, we came together and we helped each other when we could as much as we could. We all have our personal goals, whether it's school, relationships, careers, or life in general. And the one thing that remained true throughout this whole 2-year program is that we always wanted each other to do well and to succeed. Now, as the state of Illinois prepares to enter the next phase, we as nursing school graduates prepare to enter the next phase of our lives as well. And in doing so, we will not forget those who have supported us from day one. Nursing school has been the hardest thing that I have ever done, and I know many of you feel the same. With each passing grade, failing grade, HESI, and every what the heck is going on moment we've had throughout this program, we all have had someone we can turn to for comfort, for motivation, for that little push to do 10 more practice questions or to wake up at 4:30 a.m. just to review a little bit more before 6 a.m. clinicals. Whoever that person may be, whether it's a friend, classmate, a teacher, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband or wife, one of your children, one of your parents, it could be any one of those people. But whoever it is, I'm willing to bet that they will eventually see this pinning video, and they might even be watching it with you right now. But to all those people that had our back and supported us from day one, thank you. This was a difficult journey, and although at times we may have felt helpless, crying over our 18-page care plan that was worth 0% of our grade, we knew you were cheering us on and believing in us in the moments we did not believe in ourselves. And without every one of you, none of us would be here today. Triton College Nursing School graduates, the COVID class of 2020.
Illinois students will not be returning to schools for this academic school year.
With the U.S. overtaking China, where the outbreak began, on the number of confirmed cases. Nearly 86,000 confirmed cases in the United States, as well as California. And on top of that as well, smaller hotspots like Michigan and Illinois. And to the north of us, Canada, their cases surged 72%. The concern...
2 million students will not be going back to the classroom for the 2019-2020 school year. For students to not return to school, work from home.
here to give her the pin, symbolizing her to be the nurse now. And I want her to be a good nurse. Bear with me.
Baby, are you gonna come do this or no?
No, but yes.
Okay, just you can stand with me. Okay, ready? Okay, come on.
Oh yeah. Mommy, it's not okay.
Thank you. Very cute.
Let me look at it.
Oh, it's safe now. It's good.
Now can we come with you, Mommy?
Myself before God and in the presence of this assembly.
To pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully.
I will abstain from whatever deleterious energies and will not take or administer any harmful drug.
I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping.
And all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling.
I shall be loyal to my work and devoted towards the welfare of those committed to my care. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a very special faculty person, Dr. Sandra Hughes. Dr. Hughes has retired the end of May and will enjoy her retirement with her loving husband Craig, her adult children, and her grandchildren, who I know she's madly in love with. When you have a passion in life, it makes teaching that passion easy. For Dr. Hughes, her passion has been seeing students succeed and become extraordinary nurses. Dr. Hughes has been an intricate part of student success and development for the past 21 years. She has guided students through her many hussy huddles that have improved students' test-taking skills, strategized various methods to improve their learning, and she has been a constant strength and support to our department. Dr. Hughes has always gone above and beyond in the name of student success and for the profession of nursing. I personally cannot thank Dr. Hughes enough for being a friend and a mentor, for pulling our department together when we needed her the most. Her guidance and leadership will be missed by us all, and we all just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And now, a message from Dr. Hughes.
Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Hughes, nursing faculty. I have truly enjoyed being a nurse educator for the past 21 years, and I would not change it for any other profession. I'm privileged to have the opportunity to work with excellent faculty colleagues and staff. My teaching journey has allowed me to continue to give back to the nursing profession by teaching and guiding students to be the best nurses they can be. I'm especially proud of the nursing department accomplishments we've achieved as a collaborative team. I will miss all faculty and colleagues, but most of all, I'll miss the students who have motivated me to excel in teaching and learning. I look forward to my new retirement journey and end with a quote from Florence Nightingale. Let us never consider ourselves finished nurses. We must be learning all of our lives.
Well, this has been a very special pinning ceremony. These graduates will continue to rise above whatever life throws at them. We as faculty want to make sure these students had a proper ceremony despite being quarantined. Thank you to all the faculty, Tatiana, and the students for making this video happen. This is the event where you reap the benefits and prove that hard work really does pay off. And now a short message to family and friends out there. As you know, this chapter is not quite over for these students. They have one more hurdle to jump, and that is the NCLEX exam. These graduates are going to need your continued support and encouragement as they continue to prepare for the board exam. Inspire them and give them the confidence they need and deserve. Students, go into this exam with your head held high, knowing you are capable of more than you think you are. Go and be excellent nurses. Congratulations to our graduates of Spring 2020.